Grab your thinking caps. We're setting sail into the music behind the story. Hey everyone, welcome back. I figured with the live-action Moana arriving earlier this summer, that it'd be a great idea to take a look at the original soundtrack. So today, we're going to be breaking down 4 songs that do much more than just sound good. They shape the characters and drive the story forward. So let's dive on in. So the first song we're going to be looking at is one of the most iconic tracks from Moana, and it's How Far Will I Go? This song is the emotional introduction to Moana's character, and it immediately establishes the main conflict of the film. Moana is connected to her island, Motunui, and also to her people. However, she feels a powerful connection to the ocean and a desire to discover what lies beyond the reef. What makes this song so effective is the way it communicates the internal conflict. Through the lyrics, we hear Moana questioning where she truly belongs. She isn't simply looking for adventure, she's trying to understand why she feels drawn towards something that she cannot go. At the beginning, the song feels intimate and restrained, keeping the focus on her voice and her emotions. As the song progresses, the instrumentation continues to grow, adding more layers and creating a sense of movement which mirrors Moana's emotions as she becomes more willing to acknowledge this part of herself. The instrumentation we also hear plays an important role establishing the world of Moana, as it uses island-inspired musical elements to help connect the song to her home and culture. If we look at the song from a production standpoint, one of the strongest aspects of the song is how clean and focused the mix is, keeping the vocals at the front. This allows Moana's emotions and storytelling to remain a priority. What begins as a quiet internal struggle transforms into a powerful realization that this feeling is part of who she is. Ultimately, the music follows the same journey as the character, and it doesn't just accompany her story, it helps tell it. The second song we're going to take a look at is another iconic track from the movie, and one that is impossible to skip because it's one of the clearest examples of music being used to develop a character. And that is, of course, Maui, and the song we're looking at is You're Welcome. While How Far I'll Go focuses on Moana's internal conflict, You're Welcome introduces us to Maui's personality, confidence, and larger-than-life attitude. The song immediately establishes who Maui is through the lyrics and the performance of Dwayne Johnson. We see that Maui is a charismatic, proud, and very aware of his own accomplishments, and it's almost like a personal introduction to Maui, using humor and confidence to show the audience exactly what kind of character we're dealing with. The production of the song supports this personality throughout the entire song. The arrangement is constantly moving, with new instrumentational elements being introduced and changing as the song progresses. This keeps the track feeling energetic and unpredictable, matching Maui's personality. The music feels playful and inviting, which helps pull both Moana and the audience into the performance. Every element of the production works together to create a sense of excitement and movement without overwhelming the main vocal. One of the most interesting parts of this song is how it affects Moana within the scene. At the beginning, she's not very interested in what's going on, but she quickly becomes engaged and starts enjoying the moment. And by the end of the song, she's no longer just listening, she's participating in Maui's energy. You're Welcome doesn't just tell us who Maui is, it makes us experience his personality. The third song I thought we'd take a look at is I Am Moana, Song of the Ancestors, which is arguably the emotional peak of the entire film. After everything Moana has experienced, she reaches a moment where she feels defeated and begins questioning whether she's truly capable of completing her journey. However, in this particular scene, we get to see her grandmother Tala's spirit appear, and that's where the song begins, and it becomes a moment of reflection, reminding Moana of everything she's overcome and how far she has gone. What makes this song so powerful is that it represents a turning point in Moana's journey. Instead of searching for an answer outside herself, she begins to understand that her identity has always been connected to both her people and to the ocean. By leaving space around the voice, the audience is able to fully connect with the message and feel the importance of this scene. As Moana begins to respond to her grandmother's words of comfort, she finds confidence in herself, and that's when the music starts to expand. We see more instrumentation introduced, and the dynamics increase, and the arrangement becomes larger and more powerful. This growth reflects Moana's emotional transformation as she moves from uncertainty into acceptance. The production follows the same journey as the character. The quieter opening represents Moana's vulnerability, while the fuller arrangement represents her realization of who she truly is. The music grows with her, turning a moment of doubt into a moment of strength. In the end, the song captures the emotional resolution of Moana's entire journey. It's not just a song about discovering where she belongs, it's about finally accepting herself. The music, arrangement, and production all come together to create one of the most powerful moments in the film. The final song I wanted to look at is Return to Voyaging, which is an instrumental piece that brings Moana to its emotional conclusion. Unlike the other songs we have looked at, this piece does not rely on lyrics to communicate its message. Instead, the music tells the story through its energy, instrumentation, and connection to the journey that Moana and her people have experienced. This song represents the moment where Moana returns home after completing her voyage. However, this return is more than just coming back to the island. It represents acceptance not only for Moana, but for her people. The people of Motunui begin to embrace a part of their identity that has been hidden away for so long. This piece is simple, uplifting, and full of movement. The upbeat instrumentation creates a feeling of celebration and renewal, reflecting the excitement of a new beginning. The music carries the same sense of adventure that has followed Moana throughout her journey, but now it feels different. The uncertainty from the beginning of the film has been replaced with confidence and purpose. The arrangement allows each musical element to contribute to the feeling of discovery and celebration. Instead of focusing on a vocal performance, the instruments themselves become the storytellers. The music creates a sense of community and togetherness, matching the visual moment of the island coming together. The Return to Voyaging is a perfect closing piece because it brings the story full circle. The ocean that once represented the unknown becomes a symbol of connection, tradition, and hope. The music reminds us that Moana's journey was never just about leaving home. It was about helping her people rediscover where they truly belong. And with that, we have reached the end of our journey. The soundtrack ends the same way Moana's journey does, with acceptance, connection, and a new beginning. Thank you for joining me as we explored the music behind the movie. If there are any albums, songs, or soundtracks you want to see me analyze in the future, let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to hear what you'd want me to dive into next. And if you enjoyed this video, check out the other videos on your screen, and make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. And of course, keep those thinking caps close by, because you'll never know what we'll explore next. Until next time, bye-bye!